What's very interesting about this city, they had a Sybil. A Sybil is a minor league oracle. There's 4 main oracles in the Roman world, 2 of them in Asia Minor, but here in Thyatira, they had a Sybil. Think tarot card reader, palm reader, but this raised religious figure that could give you the oracles of the gods. I put a picture up here of Didyma. I think I talked about this years and years ago. Massive, massive building, even bigger than our gym. I think bigger than that. And this is where the oracle at Didyma was. 25-mile sacred way from Miletus to here. And all along that 25-mile area, or 15-mile area, were colonnaded structures, shops, places to go, places to stay. When you come here to get your oracle, it could take up to 6 months before you'd be able to get in line and have them hear your request. Massive doors. You can't even see the top of them. They're massive, massive doors where they'd come out and hear your request and then go back in. There was some old lady sitting in the back over basically a cave in the ground where sulfuric fumes would come up. She'd be high on drugs, smoking sulfur, speaking to the gods. It's great. This is Dylan, lovely Dylan here, showing the height and size of these columns. He's not even big enough to stretch and reach how wide these columns are. So I think it's like 5 guys have to reach arm and arm around them. Doesn't look like that, but that's what those are. So in Thyatira, there is a Sybil. A Sybil is just a local person that speaks to the gods and gives you these requests. But what's interesting in both church history and Jewish history, in written history and Jewish history, the Sybil in Thyatira was a Jewish woman. And immediately you should go, wait, what? How does that happen? How does a Jewish woman become a Sybil in here? All right. Now that we have the historical and context side of it in the culture, let's just jump down through the cultural side of this letter and see if things jump out to you, okay? To the angel of the church in Thyatira write, these are the words of the Son of God, whose eyes are like blazing fire and whose feet are like, I know your deeds, your love and faith, your service and perseverance. Nevertheless, I have this against you. You tolerate that woman Jezebel who calls herself a prophet. Why are you listening to that Jewish Sybil? What are you doing? Don't you know that she is listening to the underworld to try to provide you an answer? Why are you letting her lead you into sexual immorality and eating of food sacrificed to idols? What are you doing? But it's a Jewish woman. She can't be wrong, can she? How are we going to wrestle with some of these? I just want us to step back and realize this text is given for us so we can wrestle with these issues. If we would start as a community, because it takes a community, because these letters got sent around, and when Laodicea got this letter going, I have no idea what this bronze working is. I have no idea about this Jezebel. And some guys jumping up in the back and saying, pick me. I grew up in Thyatira. I know this story. Right? If we wrestle at this as a community, it begins to open up and we understand that God gave us these stories for us as a purpose. How are you navigating the gray area? Don't navigate it alone. Don't navigate it alone. Because there'll be a Jewish Jezebel that's saying, well, I know the text too. Or there'll be this coworker that's going, I've been here for 35 years. As a community, we can come together and recognize that God has a purpose. If not, we're going to marry our king off to the high priestess of Asherah and not even bat an eye.